San Francisco right now is considering a bill that will let shoppers sue closing grocery stores. Hold on a second. What in the world does that even mean? Well, it's very simple. If you're a grocery store losing money in San Francisco, you close down. This is a capitalist market. But apparently San Francisco doesn't want to become a food desert place like Chicago. So I guess instead of combating crime, they're like, you know what? Let's just sue grocery stores to force them to stay and lose money in our city. And that is just ludicrous right there. You already have a lot of people saying that this bill is something that they've never even seen before, almost draconian. Only California could be the place to think up something like this. In response of all of these grocery stores closing down, the city's Board of Supervisors passed the Neighborhood Grocery Protection Act, a law that would require grocery stores to provide a 6-month notice in advance before closing. And some even said that you're gonna even need to find another grocery store to replace yourself before you leave. But back in 1984, the mayor actually vetoed the law. It was largely forgotten until now. They're thinking about bringing it back. And with the San Francisco government being so wild right now and introducing some of the wildest bills and many things that just don't make sense, there's a very high possibility that this bill could be passed now in 2024. It was vetoed back 40 years ago, but now, well, let me tell you guys, with the amount of San Francisco grocery stores leaving, I think they might actually do this. I mean, here's the thing. San Francisco's a fantastic place. If they easily just get the crime in check, I think everyone would come to the city. And look at this. We're already having a lot of senators out there, a lot of politicians out there, all saying that this bill is something that just doesn't make sense. Many of these grocery stores, they have very thin profit margins. So they get shoplifted or robbed a few times, they're gonna have to leave. The thing about grocery stores is their business fluctuates a lot. I mean, when they start noticing business going down, and they don't necessarily want to stay for another 5 to 6 months. That's just kind of dumb. They just want to leave. I mean, so many of these stores have now closed. And look at this. You got the AT&T, you got the malls, the Uniqlos, the Gaps, all closing down. And it's frankly kind of sad to see San Francisco in the States. Considering that this is actually one of the finest tech cities in the world. I mean, the land itself is absolutely beautiful. It's a peninsula. The weather is fantastic. It's a Bay Area, right? But it's just the really bad policies that have made this city crumble. I mean, even their biggest hotel is now closed. And San Francisco is such a mess. I mean, this is the Walgreens. Have you ever seen a Walgreens that's completely boarded up? Well, welcome to San Francisco, and this is what it looks like. This is the Walgreens with the pharmacy. You have a bunch of boarded windows. In fact, the boarded windows is one, it's easier and cheaper than glass. Two, they can't actually break in at night. And lastly, it's going to get broken anyway. So why not just replace it with wood? These glass panels are extremely expensive, and I'm sure they got broken in several times in a very short span of time. And look at this, even doors are completely boarded up. When you peek inside and around it, just a bunch of people, many of them are just high on fentanyl. Security guards. There is a lot of surveillance cameras in the Walgreens, and there's even another security guard inside the Walgreens, alongside with more expensive items like underwear being locked up behind bulletproof glass. That is the San Francisco. It's such a mess. How did they even let the city get to a state like this? And even though you got Walgreens literally being boarded up and grocery stores closing and bills like these being considered, you would think that maybe the city will get some sort of a wake-up call when this many corporations and stores start leaving. I mean, even have burglars live streaming themselves during a police chase. This is the new San Francisco, guys. This is what's happening. I mean, thieves and everyone's so emboldened, they almost feel like this is a game. And many of the burglars think that, hey, getting caught by the police, not much is going to happen to me anyway. It's whatever. In fact, San Francisco has such incredibly lax laws that many people just simply walk free from the area. And Oakland is already having in and outs just leaving. You have several businesses leaving, liquor stores, smoke shops, mom and pop stores, restaurants, and Little Saigon neighborhood in Oakland literally is like a war zone. So you kind of get the idea of why real estate is selling for dirt cheap prices and grocery stores are leaving, not just in San Francisco, but the entire Bay Area. And their solution is like, let's sue them. which really makes no sense. Oh, see you guys later.